everybody, welcome to Remrov's World of Autism. I am Remrov and this is Echo, and in this video we're going to take a look at another scene from The Good Doctor, that awesome TV show about the autistic surgeon called Shaun, and he's played by Freddie Highmore. In this scene, Shaun loses a screwdriver. He can't find his screwdriver anymore and he gets extremely anxious over it. So let's take a look at it.
Hello, I've looked everywhere.
All right, I'm here now. We'll just keep looking until we find it. Why is the furniture in the middle of the room?
I know I packed it. I made a list. Star tip screwdriver. Look, it's checked. It's checked.
Maybe you threw it out with the newspapers you used to pack the dishes?
I packed with bubble wrap. It's safer, and you can see through it.
Of course you did. Shaun, there's a hardware store up the road. You can buy a new one.
I don't want a new screwdriver. I want my screwdriver.
Stop it!
So I find this scene very recognizable. I relate a lot to what is happening to Shaun and the way he feels and the way he responds to not being able to find his screwdriver. When I lose my things or when I can't find a certain item, I get extremely nervous and extremely anxious. For example, when I'm lying in bed in the middle of the night and I suddenly think about one of my belongings and I don't know the location of it, then I have to immediately get out of bed and try to find it to have some peace of mind again, even if I don't really need it at that moment. I'm a bit better with it than years ago, but I still get very anxious. When I also know that a lot of other autistic people can really relate to that. They really recognize it as well. When I lose one of my belongings, when I can't find it, it just feels like a total loss of control, and I have to keep on searching for it until I find it. And when I can't find it, even after searching for hours and hours, I get really upset and it can even lead to a meltdown. So I just have to keep looking for it and I get very obsessed with it. I also really relate to the part where Shaun says he doesn't want to buy a new one. What the other doctor suggests, let's buy a new screwdriver, and he doesn't want that. He wants his own screwdriver, and that's very recognizable as well. When I lose one of my items, it just doesn't help to replace it because it's my item, and replacing it means buy something new, which is a change. And changes is also extremely difficult for autistic people. And besides it, replacing is something you often can't do immediately, especially not in the middle of the night. So it won't help us with how we feel at that moment. Sometimes when I really can't find it after searching for days, then eventually I accept that I have to buy a new one. But even if I have a new one, I keep searching for my old one, the one that got lost eventually, because yeah, I just want it back. Throughout the years I have learned that getting so extremely anxious and even angry over losing things, that's not really accepted socially, so I always try to control myself, especially when other people are around. And even though I do my very best with that, it's just impossible, especially on the inside. on the outside I might look a bit calmer to other people than what I really am, but on the inside I'm going through a total nervous breakdown. And actually the feeling of being obliged to hold my feelings in makes me feel even more frustrated, because it is already so hard for me, so difficult to not being able to find an item. And on top of that I have to worry about how I present myself to the outside world and to other people. So that makes everything twice as difficult as it already is. The reason that many autistic people get so extremely anxious when they lose their things and their belongings is because we can be very object oriented. We can be very focused to objects and very attached to items and our belongings. Many of us are very isolated socially, because socializing and communicating is so extremely difficult for us. And even though we do love other people and we really care about other people, we also tend to care more about items than neurotypicals do, because we find so much comfort in them. And they make us feel safe, those belongings. And losing it means a loss of that comfort and the safe feeling that it gives us, especially in times of distress and discomfort. And besides that, objects are the only things we can control. And even though we really care about having friendships and having people around every now and then, and we really care about other people, we know we can't control other people. That's just impossible. And that is a very difficult part about socializing for autistic people, that you don't have control over it. And if you look at belongings and items, your own belongings is something you can control. You can pick it up whenever you want to, you can put it down whenever you want to, put it in the closet when you don't want to have it around. So you have control over it. And so if we lose that, then we lose that control. It feels like that loss of control, and it makes us very, very anxious. So that was it. That's all I had to say about this scene, which I find very recognizable, like many other scenes of The Good Doctor. I really love that show. I always look forward to it, to watching it, and I hope they're gonna make many more episodes of it. This was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give us the thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And Echo and I wish you a great day, and we hope to see you with our next videos again. Bye!